Today I'm making a video where I'm gonna have to remake the video because I already made this video and I had it scheduled. And my prediction for this fight originally was Otto Wallin by decision, but I guess I'm gonna have to say the truth and put my hand up. I got on the hype train. I was wrong 100%. I became a Dillian Whyte hater without even knowing. Because today I was rewatching a couple of Dillian Whyte fights that in my memory, I thought he lost them. But today watching them, there were clear victories for me, especially the Joseph Parker fight. Was in the first 9 rounds, you could only give Parker round 1. In my opinion, even though Parker did come off strong late. And Dillian Whyte's stamina has improved since then. I only gave Parker 1 round. The Chisora fight, I thought, now I view that he beat Chisora. The Marius Vak fight, it could have been a draw, but you could also say Whyte won that fight. Originally watching it live, I had a 7-3 for Rock. So, I'm going to just put my hand up and say I was wrong. I fell into the hype train. And I've overhated Whyte. And I've underrated Whyte. And Whyte will beat the living, out of Wallin. He's going to win. He could outbox him because he has a good jab. He knows how to use his weight correctly. He knows when to clinch. He knows how to find the inside on the outside in the mid-range. He's truly, if you watch his fights, you're going to notice that he is a complete fighter. A complete fighter. And watching his fights also made me know one thing. Tyson Fury cannot do what he did to Deontay Wilder to Dillian Whyte. He can't just maul him for 12 rounds and knock him out late and just put his weight on Whyte without getting something out of it. Because when Joseph Parker wanted to do that, even though I know Joseph Parker is 30 pounds lighter than Fury, but I'm just going to give you guys an example. When Joseph Parker wanted to put his weight on Whyte, Whyte literally picked him up and wanted to throw him out of the ring. So Whyte is not that type of dude to be messed with. And we all know Deontay Wilder did his best job to avoid a Dillian Whyte fight. Even though at the time he was offered $7 million. This was before DAZN. So before DAZN was paying out these $20 and $30 million and they started a trend. This was well before Wilder was getting paid $5 and $6 and $10 and $20 million per fight. Whereas career high was only $1.5 million, $2 million. And he got offered $7 million to fight Dillian Whyte. And he rejected the offer. Because he knows that Dillian Whyte would be a hellacious fight. He knows Dillian Whyte has one of the hardest left hooks in current boxing. Probably the hardest left hook since Vladimir Klitschko retired. Because I always believe Vladimir Klitschko had the best left hook in his time. If you really want to see Vladimir Klitschko's left hook, don't go watch... a lot of people point to the Kubrat Pulov fight. No, it's not the fight to go watch his left hook. Because that was more he was leaping in with his left hook and Pulov was completely wide open. Pulov really had both hands out there, just completely oblivious to the left hook. He couldn't defend it even if he wanted to. Now go watch the Ray Austin fight. That fight happened in 2007. And watch the Eddie Chambers fight. That fight happened in 2010. If you go scroll through my highlights, boxing highlights, you will find them. In one of the highlights, maybe in Vladimir. I know the Eddie Chambers one is in Vladimir Klitschko's greatest wins. And I think the greatest heavyweights of the 2000s, top 10 heavyweights of the 2000s, you'll find that one too there. I'm going to leave the link for both videos in the description below so you guys can go check them out. Go check out those 2 knockouts, how brilliant Vladimir Klitschko's left hook was. Dillian Whyte has a similar left hook where you don't see it coming. Go rewatch round 9 of the Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker fight. Joseph Parker did not see that shit coming. It just, wow. And Joseph Parker has a real good chin. Joshua could not crack that chin. Dillian Whyte just, boom, big left hook. You just saw this dude on the ground. Derek Chisora, a guy who only David Hayes knocked out before. He got bazookaed out the ring with a left hook. Derek Chisora, a guy who is really known to have an iron chin. A big left hook got him out of there. Big left hook. And maybe that left hook I think Dillian Whyte, even after Deontay Wilder's losses, still loses to Wilder. But I think him against Fury is call me crazy, him against Fury is a 50-50 fight. People are going to be like, oh, you a Fury hater, man. I am not a Fury hater. I was one of the very few people picking Fury to win the first fight against Wilder. And one of the very few people picking Fury to stop Wilder in the second fight. Don't act like right now, oh, no, we all knew Fury was going to stop Wilder. No one knew that. Everyone was thinking it was either Fury by points or Wilder by knockout. But I kept on saying, no, Fury figured something out in that 12th round against Wilder. So I think that Dillian Whyte versus Tyson Fury is a 50-50 fight. The biggest advantage Tyson Fury has over Dillian Whyte, because I'm going to tell you one thing. Power is in Dillian Whyte's favor in that fight. Many people are falling into the myth that Tyson Fury is a very hard puncher. He's not. Beating chicken leg, knocking out chicken-legged Wilder is not that incredible of an accomplishment. You guys are acting like he knocked out some guy that was a 6-1 favorite over him. Vladimir Klitschko does not have the best chin in the world. Tyson Fury could not crack him a bit. Unlike Anthony Joshua, right when he went for the attack in round 5, he dropped Klitschko and was hurting him with jabs. So he's not the greatest puncher in the world. So I'm telling you guys right now, Dillian Whyte will hurt Fury. And Fury, if he does not land the uppercut, he's not going to hurt Dillian Whyte. Because the only punch so far in Dillian Whyte's career that's hurt him or dropped him is that right uppercut. Oh, and Alexander Povetkin knocked him out with the left uppercut. But I'm saying he's sustainable to the uppercut. And most guys with small faces like that, small heads, these small head fighters, they're very easy to knock out if you hit them under the chin. Very easy. Go try it. Go in any boxing gym. Look for the guy with the smallest head. Hit him flush on the chin with the uppercut. He's going out. And Dillian Whyte has a very small head. Very small head. Oscar Rivas, Joseph Parker, Alexander Povetkin, and Anthony Joshua all dropped him or stopped him with uppercuts. So for everyone thinking that it's going to be a very straightforward fight between Fury and Whyte, where Fury is just going to maul all over Whyte, actually Fury's best guess or best game plan for the Whyte fight, which would give him a supreme advantage in my eyes, if he drops back down to 250 and tries to jab and run, like how it did against Klitschko. I still think the best Fury we ever saw was the 2015 Fury, the one that easily outboxed Hammer and stopped him in 8, and the one that easily outboxed Vladimir Klitschko. That's the best Fury we saw. That's the Fury I would pick over Joshua. That's the Fury I would pick over Usyk. That's the Fury I would pick over Whyte. That's not the Fury. This Fury is not the Fury I'd pick over Joshua. Way too sloppy and slow. Joshua might not be as hard of a puncher as Deontay Wilder, but he's a much, much more varied puncher than Deontay Wilder. He has a left hook. He has a left uppercut. He has a right uppercut. He has a right hook. He has overhand right. He has a very, very strong jab. He can launch good attacks to the body, sustainable attacks to the body, unlike Deontay Wilder, who only did it for a round. Alexander Usyk beats this Fury. Dillian Whyte has a good chance against this Fury. Joe Joyce would give this Fury all he can handle. Mahmudov. Go search his name. Mahmudov. The same guy that just stopped Erkin Taper in the round. This guy would knock Tyson Fury, the you-know-what, out, because he's also like 265, 270. 6'6", 6'7". Very good stamina, very good power. Fury won't be able to maul him or lean over him. He's just as big as Fury. So this style that Fury is trying to do, I don't think it's good for him. It's not. So I know this video has been very long. The original video was only 5 minutes. This video is coming close to 10 minutes. But my official pick for the Otto Wallin versus Dillian Whyte fight is a Dillian Whyte late stoppage. He's going to do what Tyson Fury couldn't do. This fight will be tricky at times because this guy is a southpaw. You know what? I don't know about this fight. I might not even release this video. If I do, consider you guys lucky. I just gave you guys a lot of knowledge. But I might not release this video because I still think in my heart of hearts that Otto Wallin has a good chance against Dillian Whyte. Otto Wallin did disappear late against Dominic Breazeale, though. And Otto Wallin did not have the stamina to finish off Tyson Fury because, get this straight, if Fury got cut like that against Dillian Whyte is knocking him the fuck out. Excuse my language. Dillian Whyte will stop him. He's not going to let Fury go with a cut like that. Otto Wallin did not have the gas tank to do it. Dillian Whyte, even if he didn't have the gas tank, he has the extra grit inside of his belly, inside of his heart. He does have a big belly, but this is not the point. He has that fire inside of him that he will push to stop Fury if he has him in trouble. So whether this video gets released or not is still up for debate. But Dillian Whyte, in my opinion, gives Fury a very tough fight. He could beat Fury. I would not pick a winner for that fight. I'm telling you guys right now, I'd stay on the fence for that fight. I'd have this. For me, it's just as close as how I was between Usyk and Joshua when I was like, I'm not picking a winner. And if Whyte and Fury fight, I'm not picking a winner either because it's that type of fight. It's that type of fight. Fury, if he could land that right uppercut late, he would get Whyte out of there. But who knows? Maybe Whyte lands that big left hook and Fury's out of there. People are acting like Fury's the best, has the best chin in the world. Nah, guys. Nah, Dillian Whyte. I mean, Deontay Wilder, if you guys watch all of his knockouts in his career, he windmills his opponents. He windmills them, man. What the fuck is he doing? He's just throwing left hand or right hand. It's very unsophisticated how he fights. So, no shit. He's not going to stop Tyson Fury. A guy like that can't do it. He's windmilling everywhere. I actually thought we were going to see some improvements from Deontay Wilder. Sadly, we didn't. I just hope he goes away forever. After all those excuses he gave, his suit, his mom, his sister, his everything, I just don't want to ever see him again. And for the Otto Wallin versus Dillian Whyte fight, it's a very close fight. I don't know. It's still a tricky fight. I still think Otto Wallin beats Whyte, even after everything I said, because styles make fights. And I've never seen Whyte against a southpaw. He might be a southpaw killer, but I just know he does not have a good right hand. His best weapon is that left hand. And that left hand is easy to block for the southpaw because it comes out of his stance. So when he throws that jab, it's easy to catch. When he throws that left hook, it's easy to block. The right hand comes in clear because the southpaw can't stop it even if he wanted. And Dillian Whyte does not have the best right hand, even though he hurt Alexander Povetkin with that right hand. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Who do you guys have between Otto Wallin and Dillian Whyte? And if you guys enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Sadiq Boxing out.